once again is Max Verstappen, but this is the incident that you can see in front. Hartley and Perez tangling, and Verstappen taking evasive action.
Aangezet. Over de curb, klaar en kwijt. Hoppata.
And just turn in very sharp.
I don't think I need to say anything here.
It did go, he was struck. Ajar it was, but this is, I think, for... No, that's not an overtaking move. That's, I'm going to have to give that...
It's the front that's taken the brunt.
He held on to the wheel as well.
Ooh. Been here before, against it. That's for sure.
Oh, lost the rear on the way in.
And he has done.
It was a bigger hit than I thought it would be, and not the type of hit that I thought.
Verstappen blocked him off, thought about going right, put on the brakes as Vettel comes into the pits.
He was too committed, wasn't he, Danny Rick?
He was. Sebastian Vettel has pitted, as well as Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. As we watch these replays, it's all happening in the pit lane as the start to this race.
Oh, he's just locked the rears on the way in. Where they went.
Australia, his wheels fell off. He's weaving around, trying to get temperature into the tyres. And what's happened here, Paul?
Oh, he's just dropped it himself. Trying to get temperature.
But
What happened? I think Ericsson hit us.
Difficult days for the Williams team. Well, that was a very, very unusual crash. I've never seen a Formula One car crash like that on the exit. Orange car of Alonso. So Sainz got out of shape.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yep. Are you okay, man? Yeah, I'm okay. I tried the outside gear, we lost it a bit, and then I got that, yeah, that's it.
well, Gasly was kind of fighting away there with Esteban Ocon ahead of him. Thought he kept himself out of trouble just behind Van Dorn, moves out, and then suddenly there's a Haas in the way. And there was absolutely nothing Pierre Gasly could do to avoid that accident. Might not get any more track action. And, oh, look how fast Sainz came up on Verstappen, and then look how quickly things developed after that.
It's very quick
For the future, sending shockwaves through the back of Brendan Hartley's Toro Rosso there. Nothing Hartley could do.
It's obviously connected to the rear diff, so...
Once again, the minute it starts to go, there's a touch of oversteer. Could it have come from the puncture?
Well, there'd already been contact between the two of them, hadn't there?
Yeah.
Which we've just seen again now. There'd already been contact between the Williams and the Toro Rosso.
Yeah.
That's what gave him
There, that right at the start of this replay.
Yeah. So he thinks he got an armful of opposite lock because of a left rear puncture. No, there wasn't really that bigger impact in the end, was it?
No.
Yeah, so it just unsettled the car. I suspect it was a little bit pointy as he went in. It might have got...
Here we go then, so into scene, like we said, that's an easy flat corner. Now what's going to happen is he turns in. Oh, he loses the rear quick. That's taken a...
Sliding into Ocon, who was minding his own business.
Yeah, Hulkenberg just ahead of him. Perez is a lock-up from Raikkonen. And then he's sent spinning around is Esteban Ocon, no fault of his. We can see it more clearly now with Pierre Gasly on board.
Well, there was already some damage to the Force India. It was sparking away, wasn't it? So Ocon changed sides of the track, and Gasly couldn't slow down.
But that's still a fairly heavy impact, isn't it?
He turned in from the white line, maybe a little bit of extra curb, but...
Qualifying as well, and out of this race, and we can see why. Sainz on the outside, squeezes Grosjean, and then gets hit by him.
That could have been an airplane crash. They were very lucky there. Sainz was lucky that didn't go over. It does look like he came across to squeeze him to the apex.
Didn't give him enough room, did he?
What was the first sound there? There was a first sound.
The Luffield.
So this is the normal line you'd expect
on
to
the
take.
hard compound tyre.
I've seen lots of drive, yeah. So it's a similar thing to what happened to the Williams earlier on in the penultimate corner. He caught it in the direct goal.
Are you okay? How's the car?
The car is destroyed. Very, very sorry.
Okay, mate.
I think it was the bump, I missed the button.
Yep, okay, understood.
Right. A replay of the accident. Brendan Hartley on his feet and walking away from this accident as well. He's had quite a season.
Going into the hairpin, here it is.
So, Vettel into the Sachs curve. And there is no runoff area there once you go wide, and that. So, Fernando Alonso is the 10th man at the moment of the 10 times that we have had. This is Lance Stroll once again, careering across the track. Ricciardo is...
And there's clearly something different going on. Maybe he's running more boost at this stage or what, but he goes for the outside. It's a risky thing to do because you know the racing line goes to the outside, but equally Bottas, he wasn't looking in the mirrors, he didn't know he was there. It wasn't malicious at all.
Take the pack around where all the debris is. So what we're about to see is Hulkenberg get too deep on the brakes, locked up, and boom.
Wow, just could not stop it as well. And we can see now what it looked like from on board with Charles Leclerc. He wouldn't have known what was coming. He did now.
You see all the water out of the rain.
A little nip out of the end plate there. There's a little bit of the diffuser I can see, which has been broken off. But otherwise, the rear suspension, that's the thing that really takes the long time.
Drivers are going to have to take their reference point for braking from the right-hand side, and they're quite important. I've just done the hot laps down there.
Sorry, Martin. As the car came hurtling towards them, there was...
I got hit by Sergio badly.
Copy that, copy that.
I mean, the
tension.
Imagine walking back into the garage with Arriva Benny staring you down.
Yeah. Now, okay, 2 minutes to go of the session. You've not lost...
About actually steering at the corner. This is up through Dunlop, tailwind. Oh, he's just run out of road.
And that's
you're a
never going
passenger.
it's never going to end well.
And that's where...
Okay. You okay, Nico?
Okay.
He done exactly the same thing. They were
Trying to have a go here on Magnussen. Oh, he's hit him.
He moved too late there, Magnussen. Moved far too late. I think he's only got himself to blame.
Into Fernando Alonso. So, just ahead is Kevin Magnussen, and now... Oh, Alonso going into Stroll.
I don't know how much damage I have. These guys are impossible to race with. Impossible. And they cannot do the stars like this, you know.
It happened in Monza when he hit Hamilton. The Ferrari always goes round when it gets a touch on the front axle.
Grosjean outbroke himself, and that's why he hit Charles Leclerc.
Renaults, and you'll just see using a bit more road, and they've just got caught in the grass, and it's just dragged them in.
Now,
We said they were brave earlier, not in FP1.
Sainz and Hulkenberg. Whereas it was Ocon down there. Here's the onboard with Max Verstappen. Down the inside he goes.
What an idiot! What
Oh, a lot of that, but it can damage the suspension or the drive shaft.
So look, Ocon's on super soft tyres, fresher super soft tyres. If he's got the pace...
Probably won't need to change the rear crash structure and the gearbox. Here you go, another replay.
Could he have backed out of that?
Wrong. He was always there or thereabouts. Yeah. Roman Grosjean did nothing wrong there. And yeah, the rollover hoop did a good job. You're going to have to get up very early in the morning if you're going to outbrake Daniel Ricciardo into a corner, as Charles Leclerc found out. So I would imagine that Grosjean was in the blind spot